best protect our interest. But at the point where we now allow the political leader to now put in people in political offices in a situation where the godfather is now the kingmaker, then we, the masses, you didn't vote anybody into office. The persons that are in office are not afraid of you, not even after 5 years when it's time for voting. They know that either you vote or you don't vote, they are still going to win. Then you now come and be begging and pleading for these people to have mercy on you. I watched a video of someone who was begging Tinubu, almost kneeling down to have mercy on us. Have mercy on who? I'm not begging for anybody to have mercy on me. This is why you see all I'm talking about. I'm not looking towards the change of heart of the individual. I'm looking at a mechanism, at a restructuring of a system where everybody who's supposed to have power, if you're supposed to be giving 50% power, you get exactly 50%. If it is 70, you get 70. It's not a situation where you allow power in hands of few people because of you didn't separate the powers properly. Then other people begin to feel like gods and monarchs. They were kneeling down to beg them to have mercy on us. What is our Senate doing? You understand? These senators, they are not free because of the indirect party primaries. The godfather, the political godfather, is the kingmaker. This is why you see even governors have godfathers. It is crazy. But in order to be discussing complaining over the issue of godfatherism, just go back, let's amend the constitution and follow a direct party primary process. I know that people that think that they know everything, that are knowledgeable and, of course, but lack wisdom, they will now stand up and begin to challenge direct party primaries. And they say between direct and indirect is the same. My brother, it's not the same. Direct party primary always comes out in the way that the voices or the will of the electorate is heard loud and clear. You see the case of Reverend Father Hyacinth earlier, the Benue State governor. You see, I'll be saying that whatever the political opposition within and outside his party are bringing against him, if it is time for re-election after 4 years, just make sure that we do direct party primaries, so that the people that think that they are experts in Nigerian politics will now be rendered useless and powerless. If you go to direct party primary, it is just one vote, one man, one vote. You will see that even people cannot control anybody. You will just have to go and vote his vote and leave that place. There is nothing you can. It is in the hands of the people. The people now become the kingmakers. So when the lawmakers get into office, they know who they are afraid of. They know who they owe loyalty to. It's not to the godfather or the cartels, but it is to the people. And in such a manner, if the cartel cannot harm you or victimize you, why do you then fear the cartel? You will be at least be afraid of the people, because after 4 years, if you don't do well, they will vote you out of office. And because of the selfish interest of the individual, they don't want to leave office for certain benefits that are accorded to these political offices. You get, the individual has to be afraid of something else. There is no discussion that we are having. So the two type of individuals in the political system are the political leader and the follower. You understand? For the interest of the follower, he doesn't want to lose his job. He doesn't want to face political victimization, which will make him unable to put food on a table for his family. He now takes whatever orders a politician gives. Just like when we wanted to protest, police were ready to shoot anybody. If he meant that the politician said shoot anybody, quail the uprising, they were going to do that because of their own personal gain. Safeguard your job, regardless of whether they are under oath to obey laws or whatever. Even if it is not the uniform men, even in other areas of the government sectors, officials are always putting their interest first. So you see that the follower has no, he doesn't have the acumen to say he will now mount up balls to fight corruption. He's also unable to fight corruption. Now you come to the political leader who is on top of the affair. This one too is trying to protect and pursue his interests. So he now looks for a way, and since the constitution has loopholes which cannot protect the selfish or suppress the selfish interest of the individual, the political leader manages to gain control over the system and begins to manipulate everything to their own selfish interest. So you begin to see that who is saying let's fight corruption. If you reach in tone, it will thief money come out. The other follower that is saying we detect corruption is making us suffer. When he reach in tone, he will check whether if I disobey order, what is the repercussion? You understand? When he sees more risks, he now succumbs to the orders of the order, whether they are pro people or anti people. It is a very delicate situation that we're dealing with here. Corruption is nobody's mate. You have to stop just whining and complaining and begging. Look, put your head down. Let's think towards getting even the political leader to obey the law. If they begin to obey the law from the top, not as a result of choice, say they want, no. Anytime you see laws, it means choice is out of the window, okay? That person that is owing you money that you want to go and kill, the law says you cannot kill him. That choice is out of the window. You cannot do any other thing to him except you take him to the police, take him to court. These are the channels. This is how to control individual behavior. Which one is the political leader now has a choice to do good or do bad? Then you now go and be sleeping in church praying that he does good for the people. Where is this one coming from? And most people think that the arrangement of the system, a democratic system, has nothing to do with the choice the political leader is making. Are you telling me that the blocks that they put 111 to build the whole house don't matter to bring up the shape of the house? Is anyone thinking properly? Or is it just me? Because clearly in Antes, the founding fathers of democracy, they knew that if you would put all powers in the hands of a few, they will arbitrate it and use it for their gain. They now separated power. When you separate power, every individual is now trying to protect their interest. This conflicting interest now gives rise to what is acceptable by the law. Because I want thief money. That money that I want to steal is not going to benefit Mr. ABC. Mr. ABC does not want me to thief the money or embezzle it anywhere. They will make sure I don't steal the money. Between the three of us, nobody is friends because nobody is more powerful than the next person. Are you telling me that because of this unhealthy control that politicians have over every other person, that they are using it to exploit our resources and money? Are you saying that there are no internal party disagreements? There are people that are not satisfied. Assuming these people were not satisfied and they had the right and the powers with constitutional backings to respectfully disagree with any unhealthy control or orders or manipulations from the political leaders in the party or party leaders, do you not think that that will now be good for the masses? The judge is not in the same agenda with you. You're trying to steal people's money. The judge is just waiting for you. You understand? If you like make bad policies, when you now channel out money to lawmakers as they bring fake companies and collect contracts that they cannot execute, you go and embezzle the money. The Chief Justice and the other members in the Judicial Council, all these people, are you going to bribe the whole of the people here? And if these people are not afraid of you, one of them will now raise an alarm that, what is this man doing to our money? They will now send you to court. You get, and even these lawmakers that allowed you went and siphoned money in your constituency project, put into your private pockets, and there is one person here that was not planted into office. People actually voted him because of his good heart at this place. He gets to this place and he's not afraid of anybody, but only the law. Now you want to come and press him, and the president says, you should take this one, you should take this one. This person can by all means tell you no if they don't want to partake of your corruption. But what is obtainable in our system now is either you partake in this corruption or you leave. I am trying to say that let's arrange or restructure our system in a way that individual lawmakers or actors within the political system can actually, at every point in time, have the choice to decide to shun corruption without facing any form of political victimization. This is to say that if the judiciary was reliable and placed properly with commensurate autonomy and were not afraid of any political leader, if you try to victimize a gate man in an office or a ministry because you don't like him on a personal note, or because you wanted to take money out of the company and he stopped you, you now fire him unjustifiably. This gate man will now take this case to court. The court will now look into the case and bring this man back to office. And if you had wasted his time, you pay for damages as you. If it is proven that you actually were trying to siphon or steal public funds, you now face the law. They will now pass the judgment. If you're supposed to spend some years in prison, you go and spend those years in prison. This is a politician or this is organ. If you arrange the system, there is healthy deliberation and disagreement or conflicting interest. There is a pattern to resolve all of this. That good always comes out. So since all individuals are selfish, there is just some peculiar steps that we can take to manage our collective interest. I am pursuing my interest. The political leader or godfather or party leader is pursuing his own interest too. He tries to get people into office manipulate these people or lawmakers to influence appointment of certain chief justices, all right, such that they can now sit from outside the system or behind closed doors and manipulate everything that is happening within the system. Where even the president is talking of he's being afraid of one or two persons, the governor is fighting with his godfather, and the people are the receiving end. Is this not crazy to do? This is not a monarchy. This, for all I know, this is not a democracy we are practicing. This rubbish has gone on for so long. There are people or Africans that are beginning to think that democracy is not something or it's not for Africa. I tell you, democracy is the best system of government. No be lie. And don't come with the thing of we they copy everything. That is not even a debate. We they copy everything. Everybody copies. This is the essence for technology and advancement. This person brings something, another person climb on top, develop another one. This is how we are moving. So if democracy is working for the West, and we decided to use it, but we're not practicing it properly, we can now go back and be condemning democracy. Don't try it. If I do a clip or a section on why democracy is better than every other system of government that you can think of, you will be shocked. Because democracy, as you see it, it's like a natural system. It agrees, it behaves like natural system. Just like we were trying to strike out the differences and similarities in natural systems and the political system, where we now saw several errors, which is why our democracy is not working. You understand? But true democracy, where all the fundamental features, whether small or big, like life tenure for the judiciary, which most people will now oppose, if you include everything, a proper democratic system, it is like it behaves like natural system. It gives more freedom, decentralized control. Everybody is taking care of their own more effectively. And even the individual is a democratic being. Such that when you begin to deliberate between issues in your head, it's like you are here and the good is here, the evil is here. This is 1, 2, 3. Anytime a decision is made, whether bad, the figurehead now aligns with the second person. This is 2 against 1. This is majority carries the rule. Majority carries the vote. This is what it is right here in the individual before we begin to count one or two individuals put together. And this is God right here. This is God, the head, the spirit, and the son. He deliberates. He makes a decision, and it is done. This is why you see that in democratic system there are more liberties available to the citizens. The interest of the people is more protected and safeguarded. In a proper democracy, not the one that is happening in Africa. All right? But don't forget that the individual being selfish as he is, we need to give everybody power to be able to say, no, this is not happening in this manner and not be victimized by the same system. I'll see you in the next video.